Shifting our focus now, crisis-ridden Sri Lankan government is struggling to contain the outrage across the country. After Sri Lanka's entire cabinet resigned from their post, the embattled president invited the opposition to join a unity government. And the reports are coming in that President Gotabaya has managed to form a temporary cabinet until a permanent cabinet is formed. Nigel Perez will be serving as the foreign minister. Ali Sabri has been sworn in as the new finance minister. Dinesh Gunawardena has been sworn in as the Education Minister and Johnston Fernando sworn in as the Minister of Highways. Amid a growing parliamentary pressure against the Rajapaksa family, the President invited all the political parties representing Parliament to accept ministerial posts and assist in resolving the national crisis. The new cabinet has been formed after all 26 ministers in the cabinet submitted letters of resignation last night. Everyone except Rajapaksa brothers quit. After the ministers tendered the resignations, the move cleared the way for the president to appoint a new cabinet then. Now, as the crisis further worsens, Sri Lanka's central bank governor Ajith Nivadgabral has also quit. Several protests are currently underway in various parts of the nation. The protests are taking place even as emergency law orders for strict prohibition for public assembly are in effect. Sri Lankans overseas have also staged protests. Protests in the city of Jaffna in Sri Lanka took a tense turn. The location of the protest is in close proximity to Sri Lankan Prime Minister's ancestral home. Now we're being joined by Jehan Pereira, Executive Director, National Peace Council of Sri Lanka. Thank you so much for joining us. What is your assessment of the situation on ground currently in Sri Lanka? We've heard of the news of a new cabinet now. We've also seen an internet blackout, protest and violent mass resignations. How do you assess the situation?
Well, the situation it's calm at the present time, but people are waiting to protest. They're waiting to come out. It's been very peaceful, the protest. But they're waiting for some change. They're waiting for a plan that the government is going to put out. And they're also wanting the government leaders to change and to be changed. And I don't see this happening at the present time because two of the primary targets of the protesters have been the president and the prime minister and the Rajapaksa family. So it's going to be a very difficult transition from this control by a few leaders to something which is acceptable by the people, because the opposition also is not that keen on joining the government because they know that the problems the country faces are enormous. And also they know that if they come in at this time when the president is in place, the prime minister is in place, that they will not really have power in this government, but they will be then saddled with the responsibility for the very difficult decisions that have to be made. So at the moment, they are saying they will not join the national unity government.
Right. Now, that being said, if and when that does happen, how effective do you think a new cabinet will be in helping to manage this crisis?
That remains a question mark. But I think what they need to do, some very clear things they need to do is this. They need to have some restructuring of power within the government. At the present time, the president has concentrated a lot of all the power in him. As soon as he came to power, won the election in November 2019, he passed the 20th Amendment, which took power away from the parliament, which took power away from independent institutions and concentrated them in himself. Now I think that power has to be given back to the parliament and to the institutions such as the judiciary, the public service, the Human Rights Commission. That is one thing. Secondly, they have to look at the economy. That's why the people are out protesting, because they feel that all the dollars that are being earned by this country are not being spent on them, but are being used to repay loans to foreign creditors who they think the government is favoring rather than the people themselves. So the government has to renegotiate its debt with the foreign bondholders, commercial bondholders.
All right. Mr. Jehan Pereira, thank you so much for your inputs on this.
Thank you.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.